Hello, everyone. Today is August 15th, 2022. My guest today is Kohki Ohsumi. Kohki is the team manager for Albion Soccer Club San Diego and co-founder of MIA Elite Academy in Hawaii. Thanks for coming on the podcast, Kohki.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, what is MIA Elite Academy?
What it is so this is a soccer academy in Hawaii where we have U12 years old soccer players, men's and women's, boys and girls. And what we do is we provide them opportunity to go up to the next level. Like for example, like in Hawaii, since it is an island, there's not a lot of opportunity for them to be seen by, let's say like professional soccer clubs, colleges, because it's a limited numbers. There are not a lot of colleges. There is no professional soccer clubs. That's why, like, if they want opportunity, if they want to be a professional soccer players, if they want to, they want to be recruited by college coaches, then they have to get out and get opportunities by themselves. So, and when we found out that, we felt like it's not really fair, for those kids, because compared with those kids in the mainland. That's why we wanted to bring that opportunities to Hawaii instead of having them getting out from the Hawaii, so that they can just stay there, even though they're even if like even in Hawaii they can still get great opportunities. That's why we started this project. So our big concept is Hawaii to the world. So that's what we focus on. Hawaii to the world. Yeah.
Hawaii to the world.
Correct. Yeah, that's our main purpose. That's a concept for us. So we went there. That we started last summer. Me and my partner. Actually, my partner was born and raised in Hawaii, so he knows more about Hawaii, what's going on there, the situation of Hawaii. I was born in Japan and grew up over there, so I have no idea. But like since we met last year, and he came to a tryout. He was a player, professional soccer player now, and then but that time he was looking for the club. So he reached out to me because he's Japanese American. He speaks Japanese. So he reached out to me on Instagram and asked me, "Hey, I would like to try out, your club. So can you give me opportunity?" Then I talked to my coaches, and they said, "Okay, there's not the possibility is very low, but if he wants to try, we can, definitely he can come." That's what I told him. Yeah, there's not a huge opportunity or like possibility, but if you want to come, if you want to try, just come. And he came to San Diego from Arizona. He was in Arizona at that time playing for amateur team, and then he came to San Diego. He tried out, and then he was with us for about like 2 weeks, and then at the end, he couldn't make it, but since we were both Japanese, we talk a lot, and then I asked him, "Hey, what's your background?" And then I kept asking him questions, and then he spoke to me about Hawaii, Hawaii's soccer situation, and then I was like, "Hey, come on, like maybe we can do something together, because we gotta do something together, like we gotta help those kids to go up to the next level." Because my partner exactly felt like same thing. Like he was in Hawaii, grew up over there, but like after, like when he was 10 years old, 10 or 12, I forgot, he went to Japan actually because of his parents, and he went to Japan and he came back to Hawaii when he was 18 or 19 years old. No, 20, 21, 22 years old. After college in Japan, he came back to Hawaii, and that time he still wanted to. He was still playing in soccer. He was still playing soccer, and he wanted to play as professional. That time, but he felt like there's no professional soccer team in Hawaii, so there's no chance at all in Hawaii. So that's why like he was the best player in Hawaii, but still he was an amateur player. So what he did was he just came to Arizona because he had connection over there, and then he tried out that team. That team was still like semi-professional soccer club, but he was getting paid. They provided accommodation, so it was kind of professional soccer club, but not really. Technically, he was not professional soccer club, but like he made the club, and then still, wanted to play, the upper level. That's what he went through. So he was exactly like role model. Born in Hawaii and grew up there, and then found out, okay, there's no opportunity, so I gotta get out Hawaii and then grab that opportunity in the mainland. That's what he did. So he knows how it works in Hawaii, how it works for Hawaiian kids. That's why when I heard that story, come on, man, we can do something together, because I can do management side and he's a professional soccer player. He can do coaching. I cannot do coaching, but I can do management because that's what I have been doing in the US like for 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. And then he's a player. He knows more about players, coaching, soccer. So why don't we do together about this project? That's how we started. So it was June, at the end of May last year. And then we had our first event in July in Hawaii. Actually, that was my first time to go there. So it was so beautiful. I don't know if I've been Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii, but it's awesome.
I have been to Hawaii, and it is awesome.
Oh, really? Which
Yes.
which island have you
Maui.
been to? Oh, Maui.
Yes.
I've
Which
never been there.
which island is MIA based
Yeah,
in?
it's a Oahu,
Oahu,
Honolulu. Yeah,
Honolulu.
yeah,
That makes
that's what we
sense.
do.
How
Mhm.
many? Do you know the population of Honolulu?
What was it? I forgot. Yeah, I've researched everything, but I forgot.
It's very large.
Yeah, it's large. It's large. Yeah.
It's like a big city.
Yes. And then, since we're Japanese, we don't really like focus on only like Japanese customers, but we have Japanese customers too, because there's like high population of Japanese people in Honolulu. So
Okay.
yeah, we have American kids and local kids as well. But yeah, luckily, yeah, since there's a huge opportunity, a population of Japanese people, we get those customers too. So, but anyway, yeah, we're based in Honolulu. Oahu.
So your academy is targeting teenagers.
Correct. We started off from U12, like 6 years old through 12 years old, both boys and girls. And then our first event, it was like July, the end of July last year. We had 30 kids that time. And then we did it again last winter, December. And we had 80 kids.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, in total. But that time, the first event in July, we only accepted 6 to 12 years old kids. But the second time, we accepted high school kids and also middle school kids as well. That's why, yeah, we had more numbers, but it's growing because the first time we had only one event. It was called summer camp, summer soccer camp. But in the winter, we had 4 different events. So
Wow.
yeah, winter camp and tryouts for Japan and training with professional soccer players and keiki, MIA. So keiki means kids in Hawaii, Hawaiian. So that keiki we had under 6 years old kids. So
Wow.
yeah, and then that tryout for Japan, what it is we were planning to go to Japan this summer, like the end of July. It didn't happen because of COVID situation in Japan. They couldn't really the foreigners, basically foreigners, couldn't really get into Japan that time. So we decided to cancel that event. But we had a tryout in winter in Hawaii, and we selected. We had 30 kids in the trials, and we selected 18 kids. And so we had a team. So we set it up everything in Japan. It would be a 1 week trip, and having the scrimmages with Japanese soccer clubs in the same age categories, and visiting some sightseeing, doing some sightseeing, watching Japan's professional soccer clubs, soccer matches, training with Japanese kids, all that kind of stuff. But everything was set. But yeah, we couldn't do it. But that was the plan, because our concept is Hawaii to the world. So since we have big connection in Japan, so yeah, why don't we start doing it in Japan? So that's what we were doing it. So even though we couldn't do it, we're gonna be doing it again this winter, having tryout this winter, and doing the Japan trip next summer. Yeah, that's a plan.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
when did you find out you couldn't go?
So it was the last a month ago. No, 2 months ago. So it was we decided to cancel it in the middle of June. The middle of June. I wanted to wait, until last minute, and that was the last minute. I mean, that was the deadline because if we execute, then we have to buy flight tickets. We have to pay all the hotels, transportation. We have to notify those clubs in Japan, house in Japan. So I just spoke to everybody. Hey, this is the situation. So I want to make it as like I want you guys to wait as much as you can, and then yeah, that was the time. That was the deadline. The mid of June was the deadline. So I just waited until we hear something from the government, any good news. But it was so difficult. It was so
Wow.
difficult. Yeah, it was unfortunate, but yeah.
What so as a manager, what are your responsibilities?
Oh my, basically everything. So I do website, I create website, and I manage website, and everything like getting paid, cash payment system, website, Outlook, everything, and also I do social media, and then I communicate with people, customers, parents, kids, and then also what else? Yeah, basically everything. Yeah,
Okay.
and then yeah, my partner and I talk a lot, like, hey, like strategies. we make a plan together. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do this winter, and this is how we promote this event, and this is our main target, and this is like the purpose of each event. So maybe we should go with our strategy should be this or this, or what do you think? Or we talk together, a lot, and then make a plan all together. So, but basically, I do everything, like those stuff, like management side, and then my partner does everything on the field, like coaching, organizing the event, and getting coaches, hiring coaches and communicate with coaches, and then training kids, deal with parents. Yeah, that's what he does. Everything on the field, she does everything, but everything off the field, I do everything. So, but I
Wow.
also go to Hawaii and then do organized event together, because I have to take care of like our staff who help management side. For example, like on the event day, when they check in, the kids show up and they have to check in. So we get like names. What's your name? What's your shirt size? We check everything, and that's where I need staff. Our staff. We have shirt. We have to distribute everything. So that's where I need staff. So I take care of those stuff. This is what you have to do. Please, and I make payment. And also, yeah, that's why like we usually hire about 5 staff for the management team, and also 5 coaches, 5 to 10 coaches. Yeah, for my partner, and get out in the event day. Yeah, that's what we do.
Okay. And so
Yeah.
this staff isn't continual. They only come for big events.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Because we basically like host events. For now, we just host events. That's it. Because I'm in San Diego, and my partner is in Michigan, so we
Wow.
can't do. Yeah, we can still train kids in Hawaii, but that's not something we want to do for now, because first, we are kind of like looking for best coaches in Hawaii who we can trust.
Yes.
Who we can trust. That's the main part. We trust our coaches, but when we are not there, we don't know what's gonna happen. So we don't want to train. We don't want to do training, daily based training there, not yet. But when we go there, we are kind of very comfortable. But when we are not there, we're not really comfortable. So we're just doing events. So summer and the winter. So that's why like whenever we go there, we hire staff, coaches. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But last year, like we had 2 events. I mean, like big events, like summer and the winter, and we were there only a week, up to a week. Yeah.
Both times.
But this winter, we're gonna go there a whole month in December. Yeah, whole month. So we're gonna do training. We're gonna do daily basis training, and also we're gonna have a big events. And we're trying to have kids from Japan as well this time, and we're gonna do like cultural exchange program with our kids.
What was that?
That's what like cultural exchange.
Carcho?
Yeah, culture.
Oh,
exchange.
culture.
Yeah, culture exchange program. Yeah, Japanese kids and Hawaiian kids together.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because we're not really focusing on playing soccer, only like developing their soccer skills. We're also focusing on their like personalities as well. Because if you want to be a professional soccer player, it doesn't matter if it's soccer or any other sports. any athlete, they have to be good person as well. Not only good player, they have to be a good person. You know.
And we see people in the US, especially football players,
Yeah.
who do crazy things.
Yeah.
It's you know, yes, how you work, you have to do well off the field in order to do well
Correct.
on the field.
Correct. Because that's what we learn in Japan. Because Japan is so strict, and everybody's like disciplined. All the players, most of the players are very disciplined. You know, when
Yes.
when we when we get Japanese players to the States, most of the coaches say, "Okay, Japanese players are so disciplined. Yeah, they are very good at listening." Because that's how we grew up. That's how we learn in Japan. You know, you have to like say good morning, goodbye, thank you. You know, if you see trash, just pick up the trash. You know, or
Yes.
yeah, like everything. Like always like make sure it's spotless, or any like if you see people like who needs help, just help, or we like manner. All the manner, we're so strict. They're so strict about it. So that's how we learned.
And
So
you're going to implement that within the academy.
correct, because that I believe that like that's so important.
Yes.
I've seen so many players in the US, because I've been doing this like 8 years in the US, like managing the team. I've seen so many players. I've seen so many talents, but not everybody became professional soccer players because of that. Yeah, I saw a couple of really good players with good personality, and of course they went to pro. But I saw more like better players as a players as a player, better players, but couldn't make professional level because of a personality, or like here how they think, work ethic. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So that's why like I definitely noticed, hey, that's something we gotta teach our kids, because that's so important.
It's very important. And
Yeah.
it's players who do well, who do poorly off the field, have a very
Hmm.
tough time. They don't have longevity usually.
No.
They're very talented, and you can
Hmm.
see those instances of talent, and then
Hmm.
they're very, very, they happen far and few between, because they're just, this person is so troubled with whatever they're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
A really good example is probably, I think of football players mostly. Josh Gordon.
Hmm.
Do you watch football,
Hmm.
or do you know who Josh Gordon is?
Not really.
Josh Gordon is a wide receiver, who's very talented. Whenever he plays, he does really, really well, but he barely
Mm.
plays because he's just always getting in trouble. And it's the discipline, goes
Hmm.
across. And you think about some of the best athletes in the world,
Yep.
they're, you know, Tom Brady, Michael
Yep.
Jordan,
Hmm.
um, who else? Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. Yeah. Good
Cristiano
example.
Ronaldo has a discipline of you know, just one of the craziest discipline
Yep.
work ethics of any person in the world.
Yep. And he works so hard.
Yes.
Yeah. So hard. Yeah.
And
I agree.
it's hard, and he doesn't do a lot of things. He makes sure,
Hmm.
he sacrifices a lot in order to
Yeah.
do that. So does Tom
Yep.
Brady. They
Yep.
sacrifice a lot in order
Hmm.
to reach that level of success.
Hmm.
And it's not everyone is willing to make those sacrifices.
No. Yeah. But if they do it, then yeah, they can achieve their goals. Big goals.
Yes.
Yeah. So, for example, like if you don't listen, I know like you can be like very confident, That's very important. But if you don't listen to coaches, how can you be developed? Coaches knows more about you, or coaches knows how it goes, how it works. So you have to listen to coaches. But if you are like Messi, for example, if you're Messi, Neymar, if you're so talented players and don't have to listen to coaches, that's like exceptional. That's exceptional. Yeah. If you're at that level, of course, do whatever you want, and then
LeBron
you can
James.
LeBron, yeah. I don't know if you, yeah, LeBron too. If you're at that level, maybe you don't have to listen to coaches, or maybe you don't have to like train hard because you're very talented. But it's so rare. It's
Yes.
so rare. Yeah. Usually, even like Cristiano Ronaldo, he works so hard, a lot, more than anybody else. That's why he's the level. So yeah. So
It's
that's what I believe.
yes. What was that?
That's what I believe.
Yes. And
Yeah.
having that for a lot of young children who
Yeah.
they need these role models of
Correct.
discipline, and sometimes they don't get it from school. So if they can get it from a sport, something that they really like,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
then it's going to be able to resonate and sink in a lot easier.
Correct.
And maybe they can acquire that discipline with soccer and then bring it outside of soccer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. You are freezing though.
What do you mean?
I mean, the connection is connection okay? You are freezing. I mean, you don't. No, moving.
Oh yes, I'm still. It's only freezing on your side, but when the
Okay.
when the recording ends, it's still going
It's
to
good.
have. Yeah, it's going to be
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm sorry that
No,
it's
I'm
like
okay. No, I'm
that.
okay.
Let me see if this works out. Hold
Okay.
on.
Okay. No worries.
How's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, you got it now.
Okay, good. Wow. So managing is a huge responsibility.
I know, huge, a lot, everything. So like, I have to communicate always, like, because I'm the one like who updates all the schedule. I communicate with coaches. What's the schedule this week, next week, next month, and I'm talking about my club, our club, in San Diego, Albion, San Diego. I talk to coaches, and I get schedule, team schedule, and I update. We have the app. Yeah, we have the app. So I update our schedule on the app so that players can get updated. So if I don't do it, they don't know what's gonna happen. They don't know what the schedule next week. And also, like, I communicate with the league, about the game schedule, about the game information, and also I communicate with the opponent teams.
The what? Opponent
The
teams?
opponent team. Yeah, when we travel, because we travel a lot. Yeah, because it's not only like it's not only California league, it's the nationwide. So we have about 10 clubs in the US. We have the team in San Diego, us, Los Angeles, Irvine, San Francisco, Michigan, Chattanooga,
Maryland.
Maryland. Who else? New York. Two teams in New York. Wait, New York. Who else? Two teams in New York. Oh, Rochester. Yeah, a lot.
And all
A
over
lot.
the country.
Yes, correct. So we travel a lot. So when we travel, I have to deal with the travel agency about the flight tickets and about hotel information, ground transportation because we take like charter bus, and sometimes we have to take like minivans, you know. And I deal with that. Even though we have the travel agency, I'm the one who communicate with those that agency, and also communicate with the opponent team. Hey, what time should we arrive there? You know, what's the local situation? Do we have snacks or do we have water? You know, what color are you guys wearing for? You know, are we gonna be wearing this and everything? Communicate with everything. So, and I get all the information and I put all together, make an itinerary, and then I inform our team, like everybody, coaches, and the players, coaches, players, and the staff. Hey, this is here's the itinerary. We're gonna take this flight. We're going to stay this hotel. We're eating this. We're taking a bus. You know, bus is arriving this time. You know, everything. That's what I do. So
Wow. Do you travel with the team?
I do, because otherwise there's nobody who knows everything. So,
Yes.
yeah.
How
So-
did you become a team manager?
So my previous company that I worked for, that was a Japanese company, Japanese owned company in San Diego, and that company was kind of like agency, and so they supported Japanese students, you know, coming to the States and going to colleges, you know, English schools, and taking care of their accommodation situation, like homestay. That's what they do. That's what they do in San Diego, and that's where I worked for. You know, at the beginning, I started 2014, and I worked like 5 years over there. But since I'm the soccer guy, I played soccer for 12 years in Japan. Yeah, and I quit when I was 20 years old because I couldn't see my future. So that's why I went to New York to study English for 8 months. You know, and then after that, I went to the Philippines to study
Wow.
English again because it's so cheap. Philippines is so cheap to learn English. So and more better quality classes. So
Really?
I went there. Yes, I went there for a month, and after that, I went back to Japan because I had to graduate my college in Japan. So I graduated, and then I came to San Diego because I got a job here, and I worked there. But like, I still wanted to do something about soccer. That's why I spoke to my our like president. This is what I want to do. I want to focus on like maybe like establishing a soccer club in San Diego. The company was so cool. That's why like they were like, okay, let's do it. If you want to do it, let's do it. We'll support you. And we established a soccer club in San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah, we did. And then since I was the main guy who was doing that project, I became general manager that time. But I was general manager, and but also like I was I don't know, doing everything and website, you know, like everything, because basically there was only me, and that project there was only me. That's why I was doing everything. But that's how I became the general manager first, and we ran that club for 4 years. And then that season, I met the guy in San Diego, and who was the owner of professional soccer club in San Diego. They were trying to establish a professional soccer club in San Diego, and they were looking for the members, like staff. So that time we met, and then he saw, you know, how I work, and yeah, so and then he offered me, would you like to work for us? So that time I was working for amateur team, but like, if there's an opportunity to work for a professional level, why not? Yeah, why not? And also that was kind of timing for me to leave that company. So yeah, I wanted to try. I want to take that opportunity. That's why, like, that's how I became the team manager. That time, team manager, because they already had general manager. So I became the team manager, and I was doing exactly same stuff as I did in the previous company, in the previous team. So that was 2019. Yeah. So I was the first. What is it? How do you say it? What is it? So I'm with this club since the beginning,
Wow.
from the beginning. Yeah. So it's our third year. I'm the only one who's still here. everybody everybody else is either, like, I don't know. I mean, everybody else is gone.
Wow.
But I'm still here. Yeah.
How has it
So many
changed?
things happened. So the ownership changed. Yeah. So yeah.
What happened then? How did that change the what you have to do?
Nothing. I'm still doing exactly the same stuff. I yeah, my role hasn't been changed, but only like people around me change a lot. So
Okay.
yeah, but it's good. It's good. It's good.
That job, the first one you took where you were the manager of a club, a newly
Yeah,
developed club, that sounds pretty difficult. And
it was.
it sounds like you probably learned a lot from that job.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot, like, because that time my English is not really like perfect even now, but that time I just graduated college, and I learned English in New York for 8 months, and I learned English in the Philippines for 1 month. So total 9 months. So it wasn't really like enough.
No.
Even though, like, in Japan, we studied English at least 6 years. Everybody. If you go to school, everybody has. It's a Monday. So, like, 3 years in middle school and 3 years in high school. So total 6 years you learn English, but no one speaks English. No one.
No one.
No. When I say no one, like, I mean, for example, like, if you go to Japan and you ask people, hey, do you speak English? They say, no, I don't. Even though they know English, they have good grammar skills, but they have words as well. They know some words, you know, but they will say, no, I don't speak English, because they don't teach how to speak, how to listen. The speaking and listening, they're not really doing it. That's why, like, they are not really confident.
Yes.
That's what, yeah. I was exactly saying, like that too. And besides, I wasn't really like English was not really my favorite, so I didn't really study English in Japan.
Yes.
Yeah, so I hated English. So
It's almost impossible if you don't visit the country or study
right,
very hard.
right, yeah. Because
And
if you're in Japan, yeah,
no go.
yeah. If you're in Japan, I mean, people speak Japanese,
Yes.
so yeah. I mean, you have to be very strict to yourself, because otherwise you keep speaking Japanese, you keep listening Japanese, you know. But if you're in the States, everybody speaks English, you know, everywhere, you know, everywhere. Like people speak English, so you hear English, you see English, and you have to speak English. That's how you learn English.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots
So,
and lots of practicing.
correct. That's
And
why, like,
what go?
yeah, that's why, like, I didn't really study English at all, like in Japan, when I was in Japan. And even though, like, um, I already made a plan. Hey, I'm going to the States, you know, I'm going to New York for 8 months. And even that time, I was just like working part-time job and to save my money, to save some money, you know, that was my focus. English was not really my focus. But when I went to New York, I just noticed, okay, I must study English because otherwise I cannot survive.
Yes.
You know, yeah, I'm gonna be so embarrassed in the class. Everybody, because there were 27 classes, different levels. You know, from the advanced advanced class through the beginner. So everybody beforehand, everybody has to take kind of quiz or exam, English exam. You know, before they go to New York, everybody has to take that exam. And also, when you go there, they do like speaking test as well. And based on the speaking and exam result, they like place, you know, they place students which class, you know, you go to, you start to, and I was the bottom.
Wow.
I was the bottom. So yeah, that's where I started. So, but if you're in the States, then you understand. Okay, I can't survive without English, so I have to study, and I studied English a
Your
lot.
your English now is very good.
It's okay. It's okay. It's not perfect.
No, it's not perfect, but you're speaking well, and you understanding me well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very difficult. English, they're not
It's not
even the
difficult.
same uh alphabet.
Not at all. Not at all. We don't use English. We don't use alphabet. You
No,
know, no, we use totally different letters. So
it's well, good. And but now that you do it, you have a lot of opportunities, and that's how you're able to make opportunities with MIA.
correct. Yeah, correct. Because I've been working. You know, I've been working as the general manager and also the team manager. You know, both amateur clubs and professional clubs. So I got experience and I got knowledges. So I wanna, you know, contribute this to somebody. So that's and that time I met my partner, you know, and then I always wanted to work for kids as well. You know, that's why it was great opportunity for me as well. You know, doing academy in Hawaii, that was my challenge too. It's my challenge, you know, it's a challenging for me because we have to educate kids, not only like developing like soccer skills, but also like their personality. So I have to, when you teach somebody, you have to be good for that as well. You have to be good at it. And
Yes.
I'm still learning, and yeah, I'm still studying too. You know, I'm not perfect, so I gotta study too before I teach them. So it's
Yes.
challenging, but it's fun. It's fun, very fun.
Yes, very rewarding too.
Hmm.
If you teach them well, develop them well, that you could see
Yeah,
them grow into something pretty
yeah,
amazing.
correct. And they're also like very like pure. still
Yes.
pure. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun because when you deal with college players, when you deal with like 23, 24 years old players, they already have like their what is it?
Cynical.
Cynical. So you can't really like it's tough to teach them like new things.
Yes.
Hey, I think you should do this, but they will say, okay, but I believe this. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Yeah.
They
Do as you
have
want.
their ways. They don't want to
Yeah.
listen.
No, no. So that's what I felt. That's why I want to always like educate from the kids. Yeah. So
Yes.
that so that like otherwise like it's tough. It's tough. That's what I felt.
Very tough.
Yeah,
But,
very tough.
you know, if you don't do that, you can't, you have a much better chance of developing a great soccer player by
Correct.
maintaining that. And
Cause
then
yeah.
hopefully that brings back great things to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you.
So moving forward, what do you see in the future for MIA Elite Academy?
Okay. So first of all, uh, I want because kids in Hawaii now like most of kids know that like since there is not a lot of opportunity like playing colleges and professional level, like most of people like give up. They don't really like make a plan, make a goal like to play that level, because they know that it's so tough. It's so tough because the chance is so limited. So most of kids, like especially like high school kids, only the top level kids, players, high school players, they only those players are like trying to go to college or professional level. But other than that, they just quit playing soccer, or they just like, hey, okay, I want to go to college, but I'll just play like recreationally. That's their mentality versus the kids in the mainland. Most of kids want to go to college and play, with scholarship. So not only the top level players, but also like middle level and also even like lower level players, they still think that they can still play that level. So they try. They don't give up until they I don't know, like find out maybe late 20s or mid 20s. So I feel like that is something that we would like to change in Hawaii. Come on, guys, it's too early, to give up your goal.
Yes.
And then I think that's because of the opportunities. Yeah. So first of all, I want to change that, and providing those opportunities to them. I want to change that because it's great, it's great to have a goal and to chase that goal. It's very good, and it's something you need to grow up, as a person. So first of all, I want to change that, and also like through soccer, through sports, I wanna educate, or I wanna grow. What is it? Educate kids, and I wanna. Yeah, I wanna educate kids. I want to help them being as great person as possible. So through soccer, not only like as a soccer player, but also I want to develop them as a person. That's my goal. Yeah.
It's, I think, and like we said earlier, it's for me, it was a lot easier to take in lessons from the sports I played than
Yeah.
from the schools from the
Correct.
education I had. There's a
Me too.
lot of lessons, a lot of morals that can be learned on the field and on the practice field. how to work with other people, how to work with people you don't like, how to listen to authority, how to improve, how to, see yourself improve with
Yep.
obvious metrics.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so it can be critical for young men, young boys, young girls too, to have that sort of,
Correct.
have that responsibility.
Yeah. And also like we're also targeting other countries as well. Also like of course the mainland, of the US, but also other countries. Where of course we're doing it. We started from the Hawaii, but also we can still do it. In the mainland, we have we can create an academy in the mainland and also other countries as well. Because the like beauty of soccer is for me is that you meet new people and then you learn from them a lot. Because I'm the great example. Like I started playing soccer when I was 7, 8 years old, and I quit when I was 20 years old. But like, I'm here because of those people that I met through soccer. I went to high school by playing soccer, and then because my coaches helped me, to get the scholarship in soccer in high school. Same as college. When I went to college, my coaches helped me. Yeah, and so I met so many great people, and I learned a lot from them, and also from soccer. So like I did, like I would like to have those kids, to experience same stuff. Playing soccer doesn't only like give you what is it development, of the soccer, but also provide you like new people, new opportunities, new education, everything. So that's why like I feel like I would like to also provide them to meet new people. That's why creating more MIA Academy locations, not only Hawaii but also other countries in the mainland. That's what I would like to do. So I want MIA everywhere in the world. So you're freezing again.
That's an exciting goal.
Yeah,
I hope you achieve it.
very exciting. Yeah.
Are there any last words you'd like to tell our audience about MIA or team managing?
So I mean, if they wanna work, I don't know, if they're interested in becoming team manager or like managing soccer club, I have a little bit more experience and knowledge than you, I think. So just reach out to me, please. Anytime. I have Instagram and I have Twitter. So again, I'm so happy to get those inquiries, and I would like to help, if as much as I can, if they're interested. So yeah, that's it.
And we'll link to your Instagram and Twitter in the
Okay.
description.
Yep. Sounds great.
And my guest today has been Kohki Ohsumi. Thank you for coming on the podcast, Kohki.
Thank you very much for having me.